Hi there. Good morning. Actually, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to our Wednesday meditation. It's been stressful the last couple of days, and I hope that this meditation yesterday and today can provide you with some stillness, some peace, some calm amidst this crazy, crazy storm of an election. We have an interesting Torah portion for this week. I've been waiting for this one section. Sorry about that. I forgot to put this on. I've been waiting for this section because not only is it my bar mitzvah Torah portion, it's one of the great scenes in all of the Bible. The scene where Abraham is asked to bring his son to be sacrificed. God says, Abraham, and Abraham answers, Hineni, here I am. Hineni, here I am. I'm here. What do you need? I'm going to do it, no matter what. Hineni is this idea of really being there for someone or something. But that's not what I want to actually talk about. So Abraham says, Hineni, I'm here. And then God says, I want you to take your son, your favored one, the one you love, Isaac. I want you to take him to this mountain that I'm going to show you, and I want you to sacrifice him to me. Abraham wakes up early and goes and does it. No question. He doesn't even say, really, why? He doesn't say, does Isaac deserve to die? He doesn't say any of the things that he says literally in the scene right before it where God wants to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, and Abraham comes and he says, how can the judge of all the earth not act justly? What if there are some righteous people there? But he doesn't question when God says, take your son and sacrifice him. We can go through a lot of the Near Eastern religions and say, okay, he would have accepted God asking that because people in those days used to actually sacrifice human beings. So it wouldn't have been out of the ordinary in that time period for God to request that from Abraham, or it wouldn't have seemed strange to the people of that time to read that story. What I question is his lack of patience. He's like, oh, I'm here. Okay, go kill your son. You got it. Wakes up as early as possible, grabs all of his stuff, grabs two of his servants, grabs Isaac, and brings them all and just says, let's go. Abraham has no idea where he's going, but he just accepts it without thinking about it, without considering what he's going to be doing. Now, he's praised for that in so many places. And indeed, how amazing, right? That he just, no questions asked, yes, I'll do whatever you need me to do. But come on, maybe he could have said, when he woke up in the morning, I don't know if I feel so comfortable about killing my son. Or going and saying, listen, God, is there anything else I can do? Is there any other way I can show you that I'm here for you? But no, he doesn't question at all. He doesn't notice what he's about to do. He just goes and does it. Because when God asks you to do something, you better do it. I wish he had shown some patience. I wish he had noticed what he was feeling about doing it. He had to have felt horrible about it. And I want you to know once again, Abraham's praised for the fact that he says, Hineni, and he never questions God when God asks him to sacrifice his son. But I do question this idea that, oh, anything that's asked of us, if it's by our boss, or if it's by our wife, or our husband, or our brother or sister, or even a friend, that because we love them, because we care about them, because we want them to like us and to love us, that we're going to do whatever they ask us to do. I think that's the equivalent. And instead of measuring, the pros and the cons, and how do I feel about this, and is this the right thing to do, and especially, how do I feel about it? And it just for me, it calls my attention to this idea that there are so many times where we're asked to do things, where we feel maybe that we're coerced into doing something, or we don't want to risk losing a friendship or a love, so we just agree and say, okay, yeah, all right, I'll do it, no worries. When there might be some worries. It might not be something that we're enthusiastic to do, but we feel as if we have to. And in some ways, I feel like Abraham felt that he had to do this. God was asking him to do this. Shouldn't he just blindly do it? And so many times, we react with this kind of knee-jerk reaction because we need something from that person, or we want that person to love us, so we undeniably, just do whatever they want. I think this is how abusive relationships continue. I think this is how we stay friends with people that we really shouldn't necessarily stay friends with because they don't treat us nicely and they ask us to do things that are questionable. So patience and thinking about what someone's asking of us, I think, is a fantastic quality to have. How do we bring it to what we're going through now is, I just think we need to relax and have some patience for what's happening in this world. The results are going to take a while. This may not be over with, this election, till at least the end of this week, could be the end of next week, and frankly could be next month, or could be through the end of this year into January. But to take time now and notice how you're feeling, and to think about whether you're impatient about all of it, or whether you have the ability to kind of put it in its place, notice how you're feeling, and then allow things to kind of happen the way they're happening. Because the fact is, they're going to happen the way they happen. There might be things that we can do here or there, and if you want to, then by all means act. But whatever is going to happen in the next couple days, weeks or months, it is going to happen. Whether we're impatient for it or whether we are patient for it, whether we keep a calm interior or whether we freak out. But freaking out isn't going to change it. Having a calm demeanor isn't going to change it, but it can help us to get through this time period with less pain, with maybe a clearer understanding of our feelings about what's happening, but not necessarily being controlled by what's happening, so that every moment our feelings change. Notice how you're feeling. See if you can take that to a place that allows you to go through this time and go through your life with some peace and stillness and quiet, so that your mind isn't constantly thinking about the possibilities of what's happening in the next half hour. I mean, I find myself today, every 20 minutes to a half hour, going to this one web page and just refreshing it to see if the votes increased. And it's like, most of the time they hadn't moved. There wasn't real motion in the 3, 4, 5 hours that I was doing that. And all that it did was kind of create a little bit more anxiety inside of me. So I stopped. After a while, I just stopped doing it. And so I now look every couple of hours and see if anything's changed. I get texts from people, and it keeps me kind of going in that way. But right now, I'm just kind of allowing things to be as they are for now. And as they change, my mood or my feelings may change, but they're not changing that much because I'm trying to grasp that my feelings aren't going to change the outcome. So I might as well approach it in some ways kind of just noticing what it does to me inside and then kind of letting that go a little bit so I can go through my day and deal with the people in the way I have to. So let's begin our meditation, and I think patience is really important for us. And before we start our May I Feel Luminous, May I Feel Loved, I'm going to bring us just on a little be patient. Have patience. What does it feel like to be patient inside of yourself? And we'll do that for a couple of minutes before we begin our last 5 minutes together. So let's get into a comfortable yet strong position, and we'll start our quiet time. We'll start with our breath, connecting with our breath, breathing in kind of a regular, normal way. We're not fixing our breath. We're not changing our breath. We're not controlling our breath. We're just allowing it to be just as it is. If you need to yawn, if you need to take deep breaths, that's fine, whatever you need. But let's try to do this so that we're concentrating on our breath and we're getting ourselves out of this world just for 10, 15, 20 minutes. Let's just take time to get ourselves ready. Just nice, easy breaths. Notice how the air fills your stomach and how the air leaves. How your breath is continuous, keeping you alive from moment to moment, breath to breath. And again, we're not fixing, we're not controlling. We're just noticing the different feelings in our body. Maybe the itches or the pains or the tightness. And your thoughts will take you away from your breath. Very subtly, I might add. It could even be, oh, I'm supposed to be thinking about my breath. Oh, I am thinking about my breath. Yeah, I'm going to really, really concentrate on my breath. If your mind is constantly saying that to you, you're kind of taking yourself away from it. It's very difficult to close our mind. I don't want you to close it. I just want you to notice where it's taking you. And then in loving kindness, bring yourself back to your breath. I'd like us to, I invite you to bring a sense of patience inside. Spend a couple of minutes just, whether it's for the election or whether it's for any relationship that you have, maybe even something you've been asked to do and you're not sure how to answer, just to take a moment and notice and have some patience. So I'd like us to just say to ourselves, any form of be patient, have patience, show patience, whatever word works for you before it. But I'd like us to wish for this idea that we can have patience through the pandemic, can have patience through an election, we can have patience with our friends, our families especially. So just take a moment now to offer to ourselves patience. Be patient. Show patience. Be patient. Be patient. Be patient. Give me patience. May I feel patience. May I have patience. Be patient. Just a couple more seconds with that. Let's move. I invite you to offer two feelings. It's Wednesday. May I feel luminous. May I feel loved. May I feel luminous and loved. Luminous light, shining, knowledge, glowing. I like to think of luminous sometimes as something that spreads the light that's inside of us, outside of us. May I feel luminous. May I feel loved. May I feel luminous and loved. May I feel luminous. May I feel loved. I've often said that you don't need to have the D on the end of that word. May I feel love would be just fine. That's feeling love for someone else, but also feeling love for ourselves. May I feel love. May I feel luminous. And just say that to yourself with several breaths. May I feel luminous and loved. If you'd like to invite someone to come be with you in your mind's eye, and you can offer to them, may you feel luminous, may you feel love. Offer that in several breaths to someone you'd like with you to share in that luminescence and that love. May I feel luminous, may I feel loved. As we start drawing to a close, let's bring ourselves back to our luminescence and loved. May I feel loved. May I feel luminous. Just for a couple of breaths, and then we'll go back to our breath, just to concentrate on it as we close out. May I feel luminous. May I feel loved. Let's just go back to our breath the last several moments. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you found stillness, peace, and perhaps a little patience. May you feel luminous, and may you feel loved. May you have a beautiful evening. Take care.